Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Adam Bergman's Moneymakers, where we talk everything personal finance as it relates to your own personal journey for financial independence and generational wealth, not only for yourself, but for your family. Because if you don't do it for your family, then what's the point of doing this? And if you don't have a family and you just want nice shiny things, stick around. We're going to talk about an awesome stock called LILIUM. Ticker symbol LILM. LILIUM is something called EVTOL, which stands for Electric Vertical Takeoff and Landing. EVTOL is just EVs, right? Electric airplanes, electric jets, and LILIUM, in my comparison, is essentially the Tesla of EVTOLs. The problem is that doesn't say much because it's such a new space. It is completely 100% an emerging market. I first started covering LILIUM around 2 months ago, 3 months ago. A lot of people don't cover LILIUM. As a matter of fact, I compare LILIUM with Wejo, which are both SPACs of Palantir. What is a SPAC? A special purpose acquisition company. And all that means is when a company wants to go to market, instead of doing an IPO, which is initial public offering, they do something called a SPAC, and they merge with a company that's already on the stock exchange. Palantir invested in over a dozen different SPACs, putting in millions upon millions of dollars in several different industries over several different companies with several specific goals. Palantir, of course, wants to show that their software is for everybody. And what better way to show it than to give it to a SPAC company that absolutely uses Palantir Foundry software for data analytics to make them better. I covered LILIUM and I made this going to be my 4th video on LILIUM. Currently, LILIUM is fighting for testing and fighting for approval. They are currently in Spain and they are awaiting their 3rd approval from the European Union. What happens is in order for you to be completely approved, you need 4 approvals. They just passed their 2nd one. The first one they passed in 2021. So today I want to read you this article and give you guys an update about what's happening with LILIUM. I will also give you a price update of LILIUM. And then, of course, at the end of this video, if you're still here, I will give you some comments about LILIUM. In the article, German-based LILIUM said it has completed its 2nd Design Organization Approval, DOA, audit by the European aviation authorities for its LILIUM jet eVTOL aircraft. The approval is a requirement for all commercial aircraft manufacturers in order to certify new aircraft. Take a moment to appreciate how the LILIUM jets look like. There are other players in this market, but they essentially look like drones and they're not cool. The LILIUM jets, they look dope. They look like a really cool jet that I would absolutely love to fly or get flown in. The company will need to successfully complete 2 more audits before being granted its DOA from the European Union Advisory Safety Agency, which it expects to receive at the same time as its type certification in 2025. 2025 is a very, very interesting year. If you follow Palantir, they're predicting until 2025 that they're going to have 30% year-over-year growth. Now, this doesn't have anything to do with LILIUM, but if LILIUM can get approval by 2025, LILIUM should skyrocket, and that should most definitely help just a little Palantir's bottom line. So this is probably just a complete coincidence of 2025, but that should be a good year for me investing in Palantir and invested in LILIUM. This is the latest milestone in LILIUM's path to certifying its eVTOL aircraft. The developer initially applied for its DOA in 2017 and established a certification basis with EASA in 2020. I believe in 2021, as I said, they actually passed their 1st audit. LILIUM said it's pursuing concurrent type certification for its LILIUM jet with the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration through the Bilateral Aviation Safety Agreement between the European Union and the U.S. Basically, if they pass in one, they get it in the other. It's like reciprocity, I think I pronounced that correctly, in the United States, when you have a license in one state and you can move it to another. The German startup is developing a 6-passenger eVTOL aircraft for its air taxi services, as well as a 4-passenger club cabin for elite private buyers. The company said the aircraft can also be reconfigured for cargo delivery services. And they also have plans to make a bigger jet of 16 passengers. They just don't talk about it right now, and that's really, really further down the line. So the eVTOL jets, they can go around 150 miles. That's the range, and the speed is around 100 175 miles per hour. It's going to be used from state to state, not long distances. It's super quiet, and it literally just goes up and down very, very simply. It can be used against delivery services as well, and elite deliveries, elite taxi deliveries, right? Like, let's say you're going from New York to New Jersey, or from New York City to Long Island, things like that. And I'm sure every city and state has their own type of transportation needs and wants. The thing is, they can do from a straight line from point A to point B, and they can use it, and they can use any helipad to launch. The specifications of the jet is specifically so they can fit on any helipad, which means they can take off on not just helipads, but also helipads on boats and helipads on top of buildings, so on and so forth. Really, really cool. As a bonus, LILIUM files for 37 new patent applications. These are engineering innovations for the core technology around the LILIUM jet, spanning several domains: energy, propulsion, structure, and interior, avionics, and custom electric, with LILIUM focusing more than 70% of its patents on energy and propulsion, which absolutely makes sense. These patents are part of a batch of 50 patents LILIUM filed through 2021, which means you file for a patent, and then around a year and a half to 2 years later, you actually get the patents. It's happening right now with Palantir, that has over 1,000 patents, and they just keep knocking them out. And 5 here, 10 here, 4 here, 20 here. That's what's happened to Palantir, and it seems like it's happening to LILIUM as well, on a much smaller scale, of course. Applications with the EPO will, if accepted, secure LILIUM's intellectual property in Europe, and LILIUM is also extending patents in other key markets, including the United States and China, in order to protect its investors. Imagine that they go to market and they can fly in China. China has so many mega cities with tens of millions of people in the cities. This would be fantastic in China, especially with the pollution in China. This would be a great, great addition to China. Daniel Wagrad, co-founder and CEO of LILIUM, says, and I quote, "We are excited that LILIUM is creating and protecting the radical engineering innovations that make the LILIUM jet unique. The applications published today serve as a testament to our engineers' ingenuity and commitment to pushing the limits of technology and reinforcing LILIUM's place as the forefront of eVTOL development. These patent filings move us one step closer to commercialization of the LILIUM jet, but they also stand to strengthen the innovation in the aviation industry as a whole, with areas like energy needing constant innovation and novel, sustainable systems and technology." Guys, the current price of LILIUM is just south of $3. We are near a 52-week low. Actually, we recovered a little bit. 52-week low is around $2, so we're probably around 40% above the 52-week low, which doesn't say much, but still. At $3, and our all-time high was just under $12. So let's say that we have a possible 4x from now. 4x is not bad. If I could 4x my money, I would be really, really happy. The current market cap is only $873 million. I invest in this company as a YOLO play that I can actually analyze, speculate about, and track. I also do the same thing with Wejo, which I made a video about yesterday. If you want to see that video, just click the link above. The reason I invest in LILIUM is because they are supported by Palantir, and in turn, they support Palantir. It's a give-take relationship between both of them. I think LILIUM has a shot to really be the Tesla of the air. When this happens, it could literally be 10 years from now, at least. Think about it. If the patents come in around 2025, think about it. If the approvals come in 2025, before they actually can, applicate those approvals, so on and so forth, it's going to be 2026, 2027. So let's say 5 years from now until they can actually get jets in the air. Then they have to secure deals, which people are closing deals, but they're saying like a option to buy deals. It's not like a 100% we're going to buy it. So not 10, maybe 7 to 10 years, but then you got to get market shares. You got to see what's happening with the economy. You got to see what's happening with the aviation market and things like that. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. This is most 100% a 10-year play. The thing is, every single time they get an approval and they come a little closer, the stock price should go up. Right now, the macroeconomics suck, which means the entire market is in a bear market, but I do believe that it's going to reach all-time highs as long as this thing doesn't crash and burn. And if you really like eVTOL, or you like all this electric energy, electric vehicles, and possibly this Tesla in the air, I definitely urge you 100%, none of this is financial advice, purely entertainment and educational purposes only, to click on this link right now. Not advising you, but click on this link right now if you enjoyed this type of content. The Lilium Jet